Oh, my bad, John. What I didn't see you there. Now you want to be rich. Yeah, I want to be rich too. I want to be rich. That's everyone's dream. That's the goal, right? To not be poor. It would solve a lot of problems. It would solve a lot of problems. But it is what it is. Alright, let's read this. Let's see how Nasu can make this entertaining. This is basically a tutorial in a visual novel. Oh, dude! That's so Fate Hollow Interaction! And I guess Stay Night. It's like whatchamacallit? What's that called? Taiga Dojo? I like that a lot.
黒い魔法の魔の字も知らない全国のシャバゾードもヒロインにならんと高校デビューしたものの真のヒロインにその座を奪われた青セータ
I
ー
like
ど
this
も
art style a lot.
こんばんはすよくわからない話を
It's
よく
something
わからない
AI can
方
never
法で
do.
レクチャーする新番組なぜなにプロイの時間っすよ
He never did this with Tsukihime. He only did this with the Stay Night series.
司会はグレート3プラス1ことコマドリザ・クルックティーチャー役にはマイ天使であるところのアリスさんをお招きしたっすつうかここアリスさんの部屋っすね時間になってもアリスさんがスタジオに来ないんでアリスさんの部屋にカメラ持ち込んだっすよ発想の転換なんすゲストが来ないならゲストの部屋でやればいいじゃない
Yeah, I can't stop thinking about Marvel. I should just buy that game. I know the lag spikes will make me pissed, but the game is pretty sick. Wait for a Steam sale. But if I wait for the Steam sale, everyone's gonna start doing one touch of death.
ビジネスはすぐに終わらせてあなたとプライベートタイムに入りたいな
There's not gonna be fun anymore. It's just gonna be kusoge. Like dungeon fighters. Whoa, blue tip.
正直相手や自分が何を伝えたいのか9割方は意味不すそうね私もその意見には賛成よ
Whoa.
この言葉知らしい
Okay.
頼られるって時に重いっすというか物理的に重いっす
Nice. He killed her. I mean, she killed him. I heard a squish.
チャス
Just. It's like Neko art.
今回は初歩の
It's a mascot
使
character.
い物説明
It's like Neko and Neko art in Taiga Dojo. Taiga.
なぜなにプロいなわけっすねでこの使い魔ってなんすかアリスさん自分生まれてこの方見たことも聞いたこともないっすよ
Familiars.
使い魔というのは魔術師が刺激するロボットみたいなものよ
At least Nasu made the tutorials really fun
古来
looking.
から魔術師は工房にこもって研鑽を重ねるのがなりわいだから信頼できるものに素材集めや外界の偵察外敵の駆除を任せるのただの駒使いっすねそれは弟子とは違うんすか違うわ弟子というのは
Yeah, my
技を
throat
引き
hurt.
継いで死を超える後継者で
I was
しょ
playing Resident Evil earlier. I screamed a couple times. My throat hurt now.
彼らはいずれ死を超える義務があ
And I
る
was
し
screaming when I was watching Marvel.
そういうものでなければ弟子には取らない
Tokon,
わ
I guess.
でも使い魔は作られた時の性能が全てだから
Dang, I want to play
成長しな
Tokon.
いものを後継ぎにはできないわ
I should have bought it day one. I'm starting to regret it now.
どれで自分何年経っても記憶容量増えないわけっすねしかるに生まれた時からパーフェクトだったとそうねパーフェクトに役立たずね
Dang.
使い魔の多くは
小動物をベースに作られるわ。これは使い魔は術者からの魔力供給で活動するタイプが多いから、使い魔は大きいほど魔力提供を必要とする。だから魔力消費も少なく、作ってしまえば動力を自力で補充できる小動物は便利なの。
自分狩りとかしたことないっすよ。タンパク質も食物繊維もいらないっす。
あなたたちプロイはまた別のくくり。とにかく魔術師たちにとって使い魔は自分の命令を聞く従者、ペットだと思えばいいわ。このように猫や鳥、ネズミを使い魔にするのが一般的ね。
Oh, that's the puppet.
アリさん、この物騒なのはどういうカテゴリーっすか？
これは戦闘用に調律された自動人形。ここまで来るとファミリアというよりセンチネルだけど、これは使い魔のセオリーから外れた特注品よ。またあなたのように人間互換できる知性を持った使い魔も特例にあたるわ。でもそんなのは魔力の無駄ね。コストが高いだけ。大抵は術者本人が済ませた方が早かったり、もっと安い材料で代用できるから。
手段と結果を間違えるってやつっすね。じゃあ使い魔は術者より弱いんすね。あくまで前座ってことっすか？うわ、マジ使えないやつらっす。
あなたらしい短絡思考ね、ロビン。しびれるわ。これが私の使い魔だなんてどうにかなってしまいそう。
アリスさん、言葉は素敵なのにどうして顔が怖いんすか？
術者の10分の1ぐらいの性能しかなくても
I really
本
like
人よ
the
り強
drawing.
い
I
使
know I
い
said
魔を
that a
作るこ
lot.
とは簡単よ。
I look at Alice's face. It's so goofy looking.
試しに今度あなたのお腹にデリンジャーを埋め込
I
んで
guess
みま
not
しょう
goofy,
か。
but I don't know. It's
泣いた
appealing.
り笑ったり飛んだり
It's a
はできな
very
くなる
appealing
けど、
drawing.
相手を驚かせるぐらいはできるわ。
I don't know
きっ
why.
と。
They just have a lot of charm. Whoa. Okay. What the heck?
コマ撮りザクラッカー、かっちょいいっせー。クリスマスに大活躍の予感。
まさに豆鉄砲ね。そのまま消費されてくれないかしら。
なんか当たりきついっす。でもこれで大まかな説明はしたっすね。使い魔は魔術師を守るロボットで、その性能は作った魔術師によってまちまちと。万能感あふれるアリスさんはともかく、青子さんが使い魔を作ったらどうなるっすか？やっぱり起動即自爆？
ありえない過程ね。青子には使い魔を作るだけの技量はないもの。そもそも彼女は壊すことしかできないのよ。その唯一の特技を使い魔に任せてしまったら、存在意義も跡形もなく壊れてしまうわ。
はあ、さりげにひどい発言っす。
戦闘において青子は使い魔に任せる必要がない。逆に私は戦うことはできないから。
なるほど。青子さんは青子さん自身が強い。アリスさんはアリスさんの周りが強い。
チェス、いえ、将棋で例えるなら、青子は王将だけの陣営。私は陣営こそ強力だけど、王将自体が負の能力しかないというイメージね。
She's like a king.
そうっす。アリスさんは体力も運動神経もないうんちキャラだったっす。泳ぎは犬かきしかできない。鉄棒もできなければ自転車にも乗れない。体育の時間は校庭の端っこで座っているだけの簡単なお仕事。だがそれがいい。自分盗撮してるから知ってるっすよ。巻天しよう。ただ美しく。あれ、
I like how disinterested she looks. Oh, she turned off the lights.
失礼ね。私だって走るだけなら少しはこなせるわ。
Okay. Akia! Sponsor! Tight Moon! That's funny. Okay. Okay. That's a fun tutorial. Alright, let's read tutorial number 2. Oshiete Alice Sensei. Alright.
こんちは。日課のマンウォッチをこなし、颯爽と円に降り立つ青い影。
Oh. Sorry.
さしずめ鳥は舞い降りたというところっすか。今回はここアリスさんが指定した特設会場でレクチャーを始めるんすけど、ここどう見ても普通の絵んすよね。アリスさんはどこに？
遅かったわね、ロビン。出演者としての自覚はあるのかしら。
It might cover the thing.
声忘れども姿はなしっす。ここには園児しかいないというのに、アリスさんはどこに？
ここよ。
What? She's a kindergartner. Why? Alright, I guess.
なぜなにプロイ。
Oshiete Alice Sensei. I gotta sneeze.
なぜなにプロイ。なぜ黙っている
Oh
の
god,
か
I'm so
しら
sorry.
ロビン。
いや別に何でもないっす。自分的には何の違和感もなかったところが余計怖かっただけっす。
Why is Alice in kindergarten?
さすがマイ天使であるところのア
My
リスさん。
Tenshi Alice.
何を着てもヤバいぐらい似合うっす。ほんとバイヤー。ところで素朴な疑問なんすけど、ここで何を？あとなんで？
マンネリズムは良くないでしょ。おまけコーナーだからって素材を使い回すのは私の美
Okay.
学に反するわ。
Dang, she's making
な
fun
ん
of
とか
Taiga
道場じゃあ
Dojo.
るまいし。
She's making fun of Taiga
どこから場
Dojo.
所を変えたっすか？なるほど。それはおおむね理解したっす。青子さんもびっくりの浪費かぶりっす。でも自分スモックよりワンピの方が好みなんすよね。ドレスみたいなの、女神っぽいの。いや、
女神っぽい
スモックがダメという話ではなくってっすね。あくまでイメージの問題。絵画にした時の説得力、森と鳥と少女みたいな。あ、ほら、鳥と園児じゃ園児のインパクトが強すぎて鳥にフォーカスが当たらないっつうか。
いけない。歌詞作りの途中だったわ。
What?
ナチュラルに無視。ところでアリスさんは普段何をやってるっすか？青子さんは生徒会、シャバゾウはアルバイト、アリスさんは帰宅部っす。
Oh, she hit him with the
見
bag.
ての通りよ。時間があればプロイを作っているわ。
Why is Alice in kindergarten? I don't know. You gotta ask Sakuichi
ま
that.
んま童話の魔女のイメージっす。プロイって鍋で作ってたっすか？っていうか、この匂いはチョコレート。まさかプロイってお菓子だったんすか？
Okashi?
あなたね、プロイのくせにプロイの仕組みを知らないの。気づきたくはなかったけれど、やっぱりただの鳥だった。
そのあたり自分でもよくわからないっす。でもプロイの仕組みはわかるっすよ。なぜならこれからアリスさんが海より深く空より広くかっちょいい説明してくれるからっす。
本編で説明している通りよ。以上、解散。
What?
このコーナーの根底を崩す一言っすね。
We didn't even. This entire segment was just a gag.
何か意見があって？
ナイス。でもせめて概要だけでもレクチャーしてほしいっす。これじゃあこのコーナーなんとか道場以下っすよ。
Dang, they're making fun of Taiga Dojo again.
それは避けたいわね。それじゃあ これがプロイキッシャーの綴り。これだけで説明になると思うのだけど、どう？
プロイキックシャー？
キックシャーの句はほとんどサイレントよ。西欧圏の子供のおもちゃ、
What?
子供騙し、
Kisha?
軽蔑的に珍しいものといった意味ね。
あ、知ってるっす。それ変人の意味でも
プロイも同様に
Why did
西
she
欧
bully
圏のおもちゃ
the
で、
bird like that so
こっ
much?
ちは戦争ごっこに使われるもの。子供の教育用玩具の総称ね。戦略、戦術の俗語でもあり、スコットランドだとな意味もあるけれど、それは忘れて。
この2つの単語を無理やりつなげたのがプロイキッシャーなんすね。もしかしてアリスさんオリジナル？
Oh,
私
it's
の母
original.
に伝わっていた独自の魔術系統よ。魔術協会に公開して権利と利益を得るなんて低俗なことはしていないから。
まあ公開したところでアリスさんにしか扱えないんですけどね。マインスターの血に縛られてるっす。
あなた本当はちゃんと分かっているんじゃないの？
すまないっす。今何言ったのか忘れたっす。自分昔のことは未来よりあやふやっすから。
マインスターというのは何？
マイ女神っす。
Whoa!
アリスさんの母君っすね。あと純潔の魔女と
That's
か。
her mom? She
いか
looks
にもな
like
セカンドネーム
the
が
chick
あ
from
ったっ
Garden
す。
Sinners.
でも母君ミーハーだったんすよね。
This is Shadow
流行り
Suit.
物に弱いというか、ルイス・キャロルの大ファンでもあったっす。魔女は自分の代で先代から残されたプロイを自分用にチューンアップするっすよ。母君キャロルにハマってたからあの始末っす。金を犯した時もノータイムで名前はアリスにしましょうなって微笑んだぐらいっすから。
呆れた。少女趣味の塊だったのね、あの人。
何言ってるっすか。シャバゾウが帰ってくると必ず目を覚ますアリスさんも負けてはいない。
Okay.
次回のレクチャーはプロイキッシャー個別にしましょう。
When do we get that?
それじゃロビン、お店の予約をしておいて。それが済んだらチョコレートの湯煎、それが済んだら鏡の磨き、それが済んだら、そうね、電柱にでもぶつかって盛大に死んでちょうだい。
いつも通りってことっすね。アリスさんなんか当たりきついっす。
私本来はこういうキャラよ。本編では面倒だから黙っているだけ。
面倒って何がっすか？
あなたのような物の知るのにいちいちカロリーを使うとか、それだけの価値があると思って。
たまんないっす。自分グリコのキャラメルイカだったっすね。でもそれなら舐めてほしいっ
す。そうね。それでも死なないか一度試してみましょうか。
ノータイムでかじり。やっぱりプロイってお菓子なんす。おめえ。
Oh my. Sponsor Type Moon? Okay. I like the whatchamacallit. I like the drawings. Drawings pretty fun. Alright. That's all the extra episodes. That was pretty short. That's everything, right? Now we can just move on to the next chapter. So let's go ahead and save. Just chapter 9? Alright. We're almost done. I think there's like 12 main chapters. And then just the extra chapter after that. December, the month when even monks were busy at work. It was the culmination of the year. Perhaps due to all the put-off tasks built up through the seasons, the month always seemed to pass by in the blink of an eye. It was a day like any other in December. Though none of them were any of the wiser to what the others were doing, Ako, Alice, and Sojiro had spent the day attending to their own affairs. Are there choices, or is it like a book? It's a linear visual novel. No choices. Except for the extra chapters.
これ
Ako kept the urge to kill out of her voice, but her menacing tones still reverberated in the room. Never saw a linear one, just a couple. The sunroom was often used in dining with the weather was nice since it overlooked the courtyard. It was a room decorated with high-quality furniture and upholstery, befitting an historic Western-style mansion. The fusion of Chinese Chippendale aesthetics and traditional English-Georgian elegance caused even Ako, a commoner, to think twice about doing anything unaristocratic on the grounds. Truthfully, she was sickened by the frequent waste of money, but none of it was paid out of her own pocket, so she could care less what the purchasers spent their money on. 3 unbelievably out-of-place offerings sat atop the lavish sunroom table, as if enshrined. Is this ramen with eggs? Instant ramen with eggs! In stark contrast to the room, they appeared like meals prepared by aliens.
宗十郎これなんか新しい冗談
Hey man, that's pretty good. Ako, trembling fists clenched and unclenched as she questioned our one responsible for today's menu. The clock struck 9 in the evening. Tonight, executive chef nodded dutifully, eager to explain.
これはうちの会社の新製品。パチモン臭いが中身は本当にパチモンだと木の実が言ってた。でも俺は本物よりいいと思う。そんなことより評価すべきは社内販売なんで1個40円を切る低価格だ。
Man, that's really good.
すごいぞ。卵をつけても60円とか。
The corner-cutting chef seemed pleased with himself. Ako wanted to grumble, but the real steal was her appetite.
そうよかったわね
Is that white pepper? That's pretty good
ところ
too.
で今日の夕飯はどこにあるの
Chef Sojiro thought for a second or two, then clapped his hands together in realization.
青崎、そんなに食べると太るよ。
True. True.
つまりこれが夕飯だって言い張る気なのねあんたは
言い張るも何もこれ以外用意していない。
The two stood there glaring at each other. Ako gave off an air that said she would rather die than eat his food. While Sojiro was convinced she could capitulate eventually. He even considered chiding her for being a picky eater. As usual, the two could not see eye to eye.
いや私は食べないからねこんなの
But to be fair, instant ramen is not good for you. Ako got a point.
お姫様みたいなこと言うんじゃない。だいたい今日の夕食代はこれで3名様200円未満なんだぞ。
Sojiro got a point there, saving money. Sojiro puffed his chest out at his penny-pinching prowess. Alice alternated her gaze between the two corner roommates and their strange food before her, which she also had never seen before. She remained a mere bystander in all of this.
信じられない一人60円の食事ってあんた一体いつの生まれよ
Isn't this
こ
the
のご時世
80s?
新しくできた牛丼屋ですら贅沢に原価上げてるわよバカ
What?
青崎、1ヶ月の食費が3万円だけで あんな好き勝手な食生活をしていたら、俺が君たちに殺される前に全員が飢え死ぬと思うんだ。確かに昨日のアリスの肉料理は素晴らしかった。グラム700円から肉は種類が変わるんだって感動した。生協の果汁 100% ジュースだってちょっと本気でバカにできるもんじゃないと反省したよ。けどあれが3日続いたらこの家はどうなってしまうんだい？
Zedro was making perfect sense for once. It feels like Alice is the main character, doesn't it? I feel like my attention always goes back to Alice for some reason. I don't know. She feels like the main character in this game. Fortunately, neither Aoko nor Sojiro noticed the silence there at the disapproval coming from Alice. She feels more like a main character than Aoko and Sojiro. It feels like it always come back to Alice for some reason.
それにね、昨日みたいなのはめったにないの。アリスはあんたの料理に触発されて柄にもなく頑張ったみたいだけど。
With Aoko words, Alice closed her eyes. She might have been trying to quell her anger.
信じられない。じゃあ今までどんな生活してたんだ、青崎たちは。
その時はそれぞれで何とかやってたわ。飢え死に一歩手前ぐらいいい精神修行じゃない。
Her brazen response left him speechless. Though a story for another time, Sojiro remembered a warning from a certain vice president who had complained about a certain president incessantly bugging him to take her to lunch at the end of the month. But that was neither here nor there. Will she extort people?
そんな昔のことより今のこと。
Bully them for their lunch money.
前に見せたあの腕はどこに行ったのよ、宗十郎。あれを見込んで今日の夕飯を任せたっていうのに。
Out of everything, that seemed to be what ate at Aoko the most. The stir-fried yaki udon he had prepared previously had been very well received. It had even melted away Aoko's morning grumpiness in just one bite. However, Sojiro had not seen fit to tell them that it was one of the only dishes in his limited repertory. For a bachelor, the ability to cook is as close to a superpower as one could get. 15 years into the future, it will likely become a highly desirable trait. I guess. Regardless, the misunderstanding had led Aoko and Alice to overestimate Sojiro's culinary talents. Her error finally made sense to Sojiro.
わかった。自腹を切るから出前を取ろう。作るにしても材料が
And
ない
they're
から
gonna throw that away? Instant
その代わ
noodle?
り、それは回収する。
Well, at least give it a try. All you do is just poke the yolk and mix it. Aoko basked in her victory. It was then, after seeing Sojiro's face as he went to fetch the delivery menu, Aoko realized her misreading of him. What annoyed Aoko most was the fact that such little effort was put into dinner. But to Sojiro, this dinner had not been about cutting corners, but rather about a meal he had legitimately wanted to try. Aoko ruminated on how it could probably pass as food for someone raised in the mountains. And then...
アリス、何してるの？
Alice ate it. She's hungry. Aoko noticed Alice standing near the table, holding one of the bowls tightly.
もうそれはいいんだってば。
Yeah, Sojo about to make me
宗十郎に返して
It's the ramen.
きちんとした出前にしましょう。
some egg on it. Despite Aoko's words, Alice stood her ground, firmly clutching the bowl. In fact, she seemed to be embracing it. What? Embracing means hugging, right?
私のだから。
Okay. Alice's faint voice drifted across the sunroom. And just like that, the night menu had been decided by majority rule. Dang, Alice in the clutch. Akko showed her sinking disappointment at her lot that evening. Come to think of it, Alice was always peculiar about things she deemed hers. You know, I don't know if this was Nasu vision or Takuichi vision. Or maybe both. Did they purposely try to make Alice like, I don't know. I feel like if you play Witch on the Holy Night, I think a lot of people will agree that Alice would be their favorite character, right? Doesn't it seem like that? That's what it kind of seemed like that to me. I feel like Alex is kind of stealing the show. Or the visual novel, I should say. It was morning and there were 10 days left in December. While the rest of the city was preparing for Christmas festivities, Sojiro headed to his part-time job. Though it looked like it could snow at any minute, the tree-lined streets were busy with foot traffic. These days were particularly merry. Students on winter break spent their days hanging out with friends, but they counted down the days until the holidays. Colorful Christmas cakes lined storefronts, placed like charms to ward off evil. Huge advertisements adorned the sides of the buildings. The station plaza bustled with pop-up stalls. Sojiro stepped out of the milling crowd into a phone booth. Safe in the winter wind, the inside seemed warm by comparison. The thought that would actually be nice to have one in the mountains crossed his mind as he inserted a coin into the phone. He dialed a number from memory, his finger punching the keys with a somewhat practiced motion. After about 5 seconds, the phone began to ring. After another 5 seconds, another ring. 10 seconds had passed. Oh man, this sound bugged the hell out of me. He gazed through the window at the various signs of the surrounding buildings and marveled at the sheer number of people out and about so early. The number he dialed was that of Tobimaru Tsukichi. The Tsukichi name was now known in the Misaki as a distinguished land-owning family going back generations. Incidentally, their residence was located in the neighboring town of Yashirogi. A kind, elderly female voice finally replaced the ringtone. After her polite greeting, she handed over the phone to Sojiro Target.
Ohayo, Tobimaru.
Ai, ohayo.
Dang, he sounded dead. He was still half asleep, or so it sounded to Sojiro.
一つ相談があるんだけど、いいか?
ああ、陽気に計らえ。
His response did not exactly inspire confidence in Sojiro, but he cut right to the chase. There was a long pause. It was hard to read from this end of the receiver.
あのな、んな単純なことで俺を起こすな。いいか、宗次郎。仲が悪けりゃ遊びに行け。機嫌を取りたきゃいいとこ見せろ。で、それが合わなきゃ早めに手を切れ。俺ができるアドバイスはそんなもんだ。
Tobimaru sounds rusty. And with a piece, Tobimaru hung up. Dang, man, he wasted 100 yen for that. It may have been 10 in the morning to Sojiro, but after dealing what seemed like 6 o'clock Tobimaru, all he could do nod earnestly. He had a feeling his friend had been trying to end the call, but deep down he knew that the advice was sound. He made Akko upset. After the phone ordeal, Sojiro finished up his shopping and returned to the mansion just before noon. he was greeted by the sight of Ako and Alice sitting in silent gloom. Though he was unsure of the circumstances, from the outside looking in, it seemed like an aftermath of an argument. The silence was as deafening as a blizzard, or rather the biting cold and stinging wind of it. One might also compare the drawing room to an enormous walk-in freezer. It would not have been surprising to look and see icicles hanging from the ceiling.
やっぱり今日もか。
He felt like a zookeeper paying to see the raccoon and penguin at each other's throats. In fact, he had seen this literally happen the other day in his zoo janitor job, and now he glanced between them like a zookeeper trying to gauge the animal's temper. Needless to say, the silence meant they were not fighting at this moment. Dinner served as a respite from the conflict. Sojiro was oblivious to the circumstances surrounding the quarrel, but their day in day out battles against the mysterious mage was clearly taking a toll.
もっともアリスはいつも通りだけど。
Across from the quiet contemplative Ako, Alice was reading an old book in her lap, as she was accustomed to. The book seemed somehow heavier than the other ones.
ただいま。煮詰まってるな、ここんところ。
He greeted them as he took off his coat.
煮詰まるぐらい事態が進んでるならまだ面白みもあるんでしょうけどね。今のご用よ、宗十郎。
Sojiro?
ん？
Without quite knowing what Ako was getting at, Sojiro quizzically tilted his head. He told himself not to think too hard into it, but it only made him more curious.
煮詰まってるってことはもうじき完成ってことでしょ。進展がないって意味合いなら行き詰まってると言うべきね。
Seemingly too preoccupied to scold Sojiro, Ako waved her hand as though shooing off an insect. But Sojiro being Sojiro.
じゃあ言い直して。いや、あれから進展はあったかい？
Sojiro held his ground.
宗十郎には関係ないわ。こっちの事情に関しては不可侵だって言わなかった？
Her response was calm but poignant. It seemed like because we're near the end of the visual novel, I feel like they're rushing it, which seems kind of weird because we did like 20 plus hours already. And it was a lot of slow slice of life, but I think they rush it near the end. So basically from what I've read so far, this is after Ako and Alice having a debate about, remember the mage that invaded the land? The one that's controlling the puppet? They already took down a couple of their defense towers. They're arguing about that. That's where we're back to, if you're a little bit lost in the story. Because there was a lot of, you know, slice of life, whatever, extra chapters. Or not even extra chapter, just, I don't know, I guess chapters. Sirloin was her weapon of choice, and today she seemed determined to swing it at will.
もちろん聞いてる。ところで、お昼はまだだろ
？Sojiro chose to brush off Ako's attitude. If Ako's weapon was surliness, Sojiro was blitheness. He would have just enough of it to make Ako flinch. He had no idea that it came from this game. Came from what game? Oh, Witch Under Holy Nights, like you can think of it as like the first Type Moon Nasu work, basically. This is what set up the entire Nasuverse, basically. This story, Witch Under Holy Night. Akko is basically Nasu's first main character. And then after Witch on the Holy Night is... It kind of branched off to Garden Sinners, and then Tsukihime original 1999 version, and to Stay Night 2004 version. But then because of the remake, so they remake Witch on the Holy Night, which just came out after Stay Night, which is in the early 2010s. So now it twisted the timeline a little bit. He rewrote it. Oh, this song's a classical music song. It's inspired. It's not from this game. It's from a classical piece. I don't know what's it called, but they remixed it a little bit to make it theirs. Yeah. LARPer. Yeah. Yeah. It's good song though. I mean, duh, it's classical music.
どうしたの今日は？何かいいことでもあったわけ？
That's why everyone likes classical music. Classical music is so godlike, dude. You gotta know more classical music, man. Everybody stole from classical music at the end of the day. There's a reason it's called classical music. Every song stemmed from classical music. Any genre, rap, hip hop, EDM, pop, anime OSTs, movie OST, everything comes back to classical. Metal, especially if you like metal. It goes back to classical orchestra. I think metal is probably the closest to classical for modern music. There's a thing. What's that metal genre called? Prog rock, not prog rock. What the frick? I don't remember what's it called, but it's like classical orchestra where I have like pieces, right? And it plays in 1, 2, 3, and 4. They have that for metal. I forgot what they call it. This is a specific genre. Dang, that's gonna freaking mess with my head if I don't remember. I think it's called Prog. Progressive rock. Doi. I don't know why I say Pog. See, this is what happened if I became a freaking I became a zoomer. All I think about is gooning and Pog. It's called progressive rock. Prog. That's the closest to classical. Sojiro shook his head.
まだなんだ。じゃあ、ちょっと提案がある。
He dug around in the pocket of his coat, which was now on a hanger. Akko gave him a dubious stare, while Alice's ears perked up at his upbeat tone.
実は今日、給料日だったんだ。お金も入ったことだし、外に遊びに行こう。
No, Tobimaru advice. He spoke with a warm smile as he removed his wallet from his coat pocket. The other two did not know what to make of it. What's with Nasu writing like very cold female characters in a very warm, I guess, male character? She wanted to take exception to his bright mood. He found herself wrestling with the idea of reacting positively to it. After all, he was making a gesture of good faith to try and make things better with what little funds he had. The thought itself was not a bad one. While there was always the chance that Alice would keep quiet until the slightest thing annoyed her, at which point she would ruin everything, Akko wanted to accept his goodwill. However, she was not in the mood to walk around town with either of the two, nor was the timing ideal.
悪いけど、今忙しいの。暇になったら思い出してあげるから、しばらく我慢して。
Alice seemed to get the same response, though wordlessly. Soichiro was not about to be held back by the sullen mood.
忙しいって、ここで黙り合ってるだけじゃないか。徹夜漬けの時、気分転換は必要だって言ったのは青崎だろ。行き詰まったら回り右して戻らないとどこにも行けない。
Soichiro spoke with unusual confidence as he drew 2 tickets from his wallet and slapped them on the table. Thanks, 700 yen. At first glance, they looked like advance tickets to a movie, but not quite. There were tickets to a famous aquarium. To get there, it would take a rapid train and subway to a city several times more modern than Misaki. It housed not only the biggest shopping mall in the prefecture, but also a multi-purpose auditorium set to open next year, designed to host international conferences and stage productions.
夜はメシアンでカレーでも食べてくれ。
Oh my god! CL reference! Dude, Michigan existed in the 80s! What the hell? Because Tsukihime remake is taking place, I think 2014. It's somewhere in the mid 2010s. And they ate at Messian. And this is taking place, I think, in the... Is it the 90s or 80s? I think it's the 80s. Whoa! Anime! Type man. Late 80s. Oh, wow. Okay, late 80s. And then... I guess... Tsukihime remake. This is 2010, right? 2014? What timeline does it take place? What did I say? What? Yoru no Niji? Midnight Rainbow. Did it say erotic? Do I just look at Shiki? 1997. Damn it, now I gotta do math. 1997 plus 17. 10 years old. Fuck. That's 2007. Okay, plus 7. What's 7 plus 2007? Yeah, 2014. 80s to 2014. Messing exists. Weird. Okay. I guess that's not weird. There's a lot of places that exist 30 years in the future, so. Saying that, he slapped 2 bills on the table as he had struck it rich. It was Sojiro's turn to make dinner tonight, after all.
じゃあ、そういうことで。
What a nice guy. His business concluded, Sojiro returned his wallet to his coat pocket. It was then that Ako realized that Sojiro meant by be seeing you.
ちょっと待った。そういうあんたはどうするのよ。
You gotta go work.
今日はアルバイト。
Yeah, I knew it. He always work. Sojiro was almost too quick with response, helping Ako to see things for what they really were. Rather than for Sojiro's benefit, his gesture was instead an attempt to ease the tension that had built up between Ako and Alice. Though if asked, both girls will tell you it was an unnecessary gesture. Still. For him to pay this much attention to the household, if anything, gave Ako a reason to reflect on her own immaturity. Ako glanced over to the still-seated Alice. At the same time, Alice peeked up at Ako from behind her book. They kept still, staring at each other.
私は構わないけど、今やれることは全部やってあるし。
Alright. Sojiro broke the ice with them.
そういうことならせっかくだし。
Man, I need a more comfy chair, bro. Shit hurt my butt. Ako stood up from the sofa, resigned to her decision. Sojiro watched on, a satisfied smile on his face. "20 minutes later." It's Ako and Alice. We're done getting ready. Ako called out to Sojiro in the drawing room.
それじゃあ出かけてくるから、あんたもバイト。掃除ろ？
Sojiro was crouched in front of the television, unaware that the two had entered the room.
もしかしてビデオいじってるの？
Yes.
ああ、ちょうどよかった。青崎、これ。
Pausing his audiovisual struggles, Sojiro turned around. Oh yeah, them in casual outfits. Isn't that the same outfit Alice always wear? I guess with Awazaki it's a little bit new. He froze in shock, forgetting what he was about to say. It's like the same outfit Alice always wear.
私たちお言葉に甘えて出かけてくるけど、どうしたのよ一体。棚の後ろに落とし物でもしたの？
Sojiro appeared to have gone stiff. Ako stared at him curiously. Though Alice silently nodded along with his bizarre reaction. She kept her thoughts to herself.
いや。なんかこう。
So it was kind of weird when they have like two sprites showing at the same time. Still gawking, his voice stuck in his throat. He was blissfully unaware that the shock he was experiencing was the direct result of his emotional state.
それじゃわからないってば。まったく落ち着いてるくせに妙に恐怖心なんだから。アリスに煙たがられても仕方ないっていうか。
Alice looked on in silence. He was not confused, nor in a daydream. That much he could tell, but this frozen look was all by accounts the first time for Sojiro.
ああ、いや、これなんだけど。青崎、ビデオってどう使うんだ？
But he didn't like technology. Shaking his head to regain his composure, Sojiro pointed to the VSR. A VHS player sat on the shelf beneath the TV.
何？タイマー録画でもするの？
Ako walked over and crouched next to Sojiro in front of the TV.
いや、木の実からビデオを借りたんだけど、映らない。
Oh,
まず、テレビの電源が入ってない。
it's gonna be porn, huh? Every click, the TV screen flickered alive.
次、チャンネルを外線に合わせて。
Oh god.
あら、意外にも真っ黒。木の実くんのことだからテープ頭から録画してると思ったけど。
Hey, does this game have hentai in it? I hope not. During this time period, videotapes were still rather expensive. Please don't make me delete the VOD. Therefore, it was only natural for people to not want to waste a single second of tape. 120-minute capacity.
割と趣味には気を使う性格なのね。じゃ、早送りっと。
Oh god. Oh god. Ako picked up the small remote and quickly pushed the button marked FWD. The VCR beeped in protest. For several clicks and thuds, there was an empty whirl from within the machine. Huh?
壊してないぞ、多分。
The vast majority of people who say this are actually very prone to destroying electrical equipment, but that is a separate matter.
おまけにテープが入ってない。
Oh. Oh, okay. As soon as the words left her lips, it all makes sense.
テープ？
cassette tape. Not cassette tape. What did they call it? Videotapes. Sojiro imagined adhesive tape.
宗十郎、木の実くんから何か渡されなかった？
渡されたけど、ほら、テーブルの上。
Okay. Though she should have been used to it by now, she got herself wondering if Sojiro was being stupid deliberately.
木の実くんが何て言ったか覚えてる？
テープ貸してやるから、家に帰ったらビデオを見ろと。
Okay.
一番大事な言葉が抜けてたわけね。
Oh, is this the lion alligator tape?
失望を通り越して怖くなるわ。あっさり順応しているように見えてこれだものね。どんだけ綱渡りな毎日送ってんのよ、あんたは。
Exasperated, Akko fetched the tape in question. It was labeled Gaku Gaku Animal Kingdom African Adventure. Oh! To Akko, this knocked Hosuke Kinomi down a level on the rating file she kept with the student council.
で、このテープをデッキに入れて再生すればいいの。爪は折ってないから、録画ボタンだけは押さないようにね。
Okay.
爪とは？
ここ。テープの側面にへこみがあるでしょ。これをカバーしているのが爪。
Okay.
これを切り取っておくと、もうそのテープは上書き録ができなくなるのよ。
Okay.
そうね。例えるなら授業のノート。大事なものだから消しゴムで消えないようにフィキサチーフをかけたっていうか、ヒューマンエラーを物理的に防止するアナログな防御法ってわけ。
She inserted the tape into the VCR and handed the remote to Sojiro. Sojiro. And this small interaction used up a fair bit of Akko patience. Completely ignorant of Akko feelings, Sojiro gleefully pressed the play button. Is this porn?
前から危なっかしいと思ってたけど、まさかここまでとはね。時代錯誤にも程がある。
Man, I can't trust Kinomi, man.
山で何やってたの？空手家じゃあるまいし、熊を倒す修行でもしてたとか言わないでしょうね。
Even Sojiro managed to pick up on Akko's rude tone. He frowned disapprovingly.
それは、もしかして俺をバカにしてるのか？
Yes.
心外ね。事実バカにしてるんだけど。
Akko answered unapologetically. On the TV, a crocodile yawning mouth appeared.
そんなバカな話があるもんか。なんで熊を倒すために修行しなくちゃいけないんだ。
Sojiro turned toward the TV in a huff. Perhaps because of his rare outburst, as he turned face to face with a gaping maw of a crocodile on TV, he fell backwards in surprise. Akko pursed her lips upon seeing this, delighted. It was relieving to see the boy disarmed.
けど青崎、この機械ずいぶん埃が積もっているけど、掃除はしていないのか？
I don't clean it.
私はあんまり使わないし、
I should clean
アリ
it.
スは見ないから今までほっぽってただけよ。ダメ元でトレーニング用に買ってもらったんだけど、飽きちゃった。イメージでどうにかできる問題じゃなかったっていうか。
Akko shrugged her past superficiality. And Sojiro was led to believe yet another falsehood about modern life, that VCRs would go out of fashion.
それじゃあ留守番お願いね。
Okay.
バイト、本当はないんでしょ？
Dang, they made her neck really long. Weird. Akko walked out of the drawing room smiling.
Oh.
You was wondering what's in that tape? Just alligators. Her grin was a cheap shot that left Sojiro speechless. As he scratched his cheek, he was reminded that she was not someone to be trifled with. Kinomi did say that he was going to show Sojiro alligators, because he didn't know what that was. After watching the end of her... left alone in the room, Sojiro took a seat on the sofa. Well... it was certainly not easy making everything run smoothly around these parts. Until they came back, he could enjoy his crocodile watching in peace. What the heck? Why is everything translucent to green? Weird. They took a subway from Misaki for 6 stations. From there, they rode another 3 stops by express train. After about an hour, Ako and Alice arrived at Arisaka Station. While Misaki City was a mixture of old and new architecture, Arisaka was a brand new town built in accordance with recent government ordinance. What did the remake take place in? It's not in Misaki Town anymore, because that's reserved for whatchamacallit. What's that place called? Witch of the Holy Night? Night of the Witch Holy? Fuck. What? How did I forget the name? Huh? Night of the Witch Holy. I don't remember the name of the game. I forgot. God dang it. I don't know. What's the name of the town? Magecraft. Oh shoot, you could use that. Forgot about that. What the hell? Where's the setting? Is that is that Musashi half naked? Oh my god, it's she's fully naked. Oh my god. Ugh. Not Misaki, that's the old one. What's the new one? Oh, Soya. Okay, that's what it's called. Soya. Arisaka? Oh, Tokyo. Metropolitan area. Soya. Soya. The Misaki town was originally in the Kanto region. Holy fuck! Did Nasu really said that? He wanted Tsukihime remake to go Hollywood. So he moved into Tokyo. Is Tsukihime gonna be his new baby child or whatever? Hollywood? That's not why he put them in Tokyo. What does that mean? What are you talking about, Nasu? Alright, whatever. It's Soya. Alright, I don't know what Arisaka is then. That's weird. It was as though an entire town full of tall buildings sprouted up in the middle of nowhere. What the hell? It was near the end of December in the middle of winter break. Nice OST. 20 plus hours to play the new OST? Okay. Even the bustling Plaza Misaki was quiet compared to Arisaka in the evening. But it was a huge mall full of countless specialty stores with a crowded multi-purpose auditorium. There was really something for everyone here. For that reason, beyond its local residents, Arisaka Station was crowded with people from far and wide. Nice hat from Alice. What do they call it? Toboggan? Not really a toboggan. They made their way to the aquarium, weaving through the crowds. Ako might have been used to city life, but Alice was silently anxious. The people passing by must have thought this pale girl out of place, which Alice happened to agree with. She's wearing a white coat. Pink Floyd? Oh fuck! That's kinda tight. Ako exclaimed, overcame by excitement. That is hype. This kind of pop-in was right up Ako alley, but naturally Alex did not seem very interested.
それよりセレモニーに予定されているポーランド楽団の方が驚きだと思うけど。随分とお金がかかっているんだよね。
I never seen a hat like that before. I guess cute. I don't know. I like Ako fur coat more. Ako cursed under her breath before hurrying them along. Underneath the construction map read, with the support of the Kawanji group. The aquarium they were looking for was on the top floor of a massive building. Who put an aquarium at the top of the floor? What the heck? Alright. Maybe it was because it was no longer a new attraction. Or perhaps it was because the first floor cinema drew the crowds. With only a few people scattered around the entrance, the atmosphere inside was very calm. Damn, man, you know, I really like aquariums because of this anime. Let me see. It's a pretty good anime. I kind of like it. It's Yuri, though. It's Yuri, but it's not like obvious Yuri. How you spell aqua? This one. I like this one a lot. I think this is by... I forgot that studio. It's by a really good studio though. Aquatope. On white sand. It's Yuri. But... I don't like it a lot. So whenever I think of aquarium, I think about this anime. What is that studio called? Oh. Anime. This one? Oh yeah, PA Works. PA Works is usually really good. I usually like PA Works anime. I like this one a lot. Dang, dude, they did this one. This one's really good too. Food for Soul. This one is amazing as hell. This one, Mikadona's sister, amazing as hell. Oh yeah, my boy Koime. Yo, Koime. Your boy. That shit is godlike too. Yeah, PA Works, they usually nailed it. At least in the visual department, anime department. Dang. What's this one called? Something about God, Kami-sama. The Day I Became God. That's the one Ski Studio Works. I like this one a lot. Did they Ume Musume? I didn't even know that. Yeah, PA Works thing. Did it Charlotte? I didn't know that. That's pretty good. Yeah, PA Works is really good. I like PA Works. I think PA Works is an underrated studio. They're pretty good. I like PA Works. I like Cloverworks. I like Wiz Studio. Got some moments. Unfoldable obviously got their moments too. Obviously Kyo Annie. That's everyone's favorite. Team Mappa. I'm okay. They got some cool stuff here and there. I think my favorite studio, the one that's also up there, is Studio Bind, but they are very suspicious because they animated Mushoku Tensei and what's that one called? Oni Mai or Oni whatever, Oni Ai. I don't know what it translates to, but it's like, but you can't deny it. Their animation and visuals is top tier, and the anime direction and director is top tier as hell too. So, you think the change in art style and design of the buildings and landscape is connected to the original Tsukihime? Which one are you talking about? Art style? Talking about like the background? I don't know. You gotta ask Saku. I don't even know who does the background. I don't think Takuichi does background. He only does character designs, I think. Whoever does the background, you gotta talk to them. It wasn't quiet but desolate, and far removed from the hustle and bustle outside. Perhaps they were going for a museum-like mood. Nice coat. Alice quietly caught her breath, staring in awe. You know, it kind of matches her personality, the outfit. Because she's like very shy and reserved, so. She was like a child seeing the circus for the first time. Her eyes wide in anticipation and wonder.
お、気に入ったみたいね。よかったよかった。宗十郎おすすめの物件は気難しいアリスさんのお眼鏡にかないましたか。
I go find herself smiling as well. There was a certain joy in seeing Alice's wonderment. It's not Takuichi that does the backgrounds, no.
別に屋上にある水族館が珍しいだけ。
I think Takuichi is only lead character design. There's someone else that does the background and foreground. According to the guide on the wall, the entrance to the aquarium was nearly as big as something something. The outdoor penguin show was apparently suspended due to star penguin Flippy undergoing treatment for an injury. It was an unfortunate state of affairs, but one that did not stop Alice from continuing to read over the guide. Apparently, she was quite familiar with the penguin shows. Then, I can't believe it. Alice quietly whimpered, as if holding back a scream. What? What's her favorite animal? Ako said, still looking at the floor plan. It is rare to see Alice getting this emotional outside of the mansion. For some reason, she was trembling. Nothing seemed terribly off about the aquarium offering. Giant tortoises. Kami is a tortoise, right? There's like 3 different kami. There's like God, paper, and crab?
話が違うわ、青子。どうしてゾウガメの展示スペースがないの？
Wait, crab is kami, right? Then what's
どうして
turtle?
って、そりゃゾウガメぐらいになったらもうほとんど陸上生物だからじゃない？大きいし。
なんで？ペンギンはいるのに不公平よ。
Okay.
イルカだって許せないわ。
That's pretty absurd. It was a bitter pill for Alice to swallow. The idea that they did not have a giant tortoise despite having a dolphin Her Alice's eyes hot with indignation.
ああ、言われてみれば確かに。ペンギンとイルカは定番なのになぜゾウガメだけ外されるのか。ちょっとした日常の落とし穴ね。
Akko says she was sensible enough to read the room, however, and kept her thought to herself. I didn't read that part because I was about to throw up.
アリス、こっち。
That's it.
チケットはあるからそっちに並ぶことはないわよ。
Okay. That white really stands out on Alice. It's weird because she's dressed up in all black. A few moments after the giant turtle's fiasco, presenting the tickets they received from Sojiro, they headed toward the once popular entrance. From the entrance gate, the corridor stretched into a dark hallway completely illuminated in blue. Figures and faces became mere silhouettes in the darkness. It was no darkness born from magecraft, but a man-made area of twilight. A world of shadow and blue, the only light being from the illuminated tanks. The two witches continued walking down the artificial ocean corridor. Water tanks seems like windows to hundreds of different worlds. Each had their own separate temperature and environment. It was as if there were snapshots of different places at different times. Mesmerized by the refracting image of the ocean floor, the housemaid's conversation grew sparse.
そういえばアリスの家ってあれだけ大きいのにプールとかないわよね。なんで？
呆れた。水槽を見て何を想像したのかは聞かないけど、必要ないものを欲しがるのはあなたの悪い癖ね、青子。
必要ないってことはないんじゃない？水遊びはこっちよりそっちの方が馴染み深いでしょうに。あ、もしかしてアリス泳げない？
Dang.
泳ぎの経験ぐらいあるわ。夏は湖で何度も遊んだもの。私、大型のセントバーナードにだって負けなかったのよ。
Okay.
セントバーナードってアリスさんたらもしかして息継ぎとか苦手かしら？
この世で最も聞きたくない言葉の一つね。クロールとかバタフライとか発明した人は半魚人になればいいの。
Okay. Clack, clack, clack. Their pace was more delicate and solemn than a stroll along the beach. It was the sort of absent-minded chat one might hear between girls anywhere in the world. And here, the only thing to do was look at blue screens. Oh god. Oh.
でも驚いた。あんなにあっさり館の留守を任せるなんて。あいつがこっそり西館に入るかもとか考えなかった？
彼、そこまで考えなしじゃないでしょ。それに。それならそれで手間が省けてせいせいした？そうじゃなくて。
She trusts him.
一度交わした約束は破らないんじゃないかって。
She trusts him now. That he was not. Akko nodded, had long hair waving back and forth. A certain gleam of surprise in her eyes. Onward they meandered to the next aquatic world. There we go. Clack, clack, clack.
ところで水族館は初めて？
これで2度目。昔友達と2人で行ったきりよ。
嘘、本
She had a friend.
ほんと、6年以上も前、まだイギリスにいた頃。
そうじゃなくて友達の方。あんた友人はいないって言ったじゃない。
昔の話よ。私たち同じ名前だったの。
Oh.
それが縁でよく遊んでいたけれど、長続きはしなかったわ。
そっか、あっちじゃそう珍しくない名前なのね、アリスって。こっちで言うところの涼子とか花子みたいなもの？
ええ、青子とか赤子とか黒子とか白子みたいなものよ。
後半はみんな普通名詞なんですけど。
Yeah. Let's see. I can see it at all. Ako is blue. Akako, that's red. Kurako, black. Shirako, white. That's weird. What does ko mean? To each their own, a society of names. The swirling of the water was dizzying, much like the hectic world of humans. Their hands swung back and forth as they walked towards the next world.
そういう青子は彼をどうするつもりなの？
どうって、今の一件を終わらせるまでおとなしくしてもらって、落ち着いたら忘却のルーン探してなかったことにするだけでしょ。これ以上迷惑かけられないわよ。
それは私に？
Yes.
あ、うん、そうに決まってるじゃない。ところでこの魚綺麗よね。なんか泳ぎたくなってくる。アリス、来年の夏は海にでも行ってみよっか。
海って、あの海？
もちろん。夏の海って言ったら灼熱の太陽と砂浜、水平線に沈む夕日ってね。今年は行けなかったけど、来年は一緒に行かない？
呆れた。本当、あなたって楽観的。でもそうね、夏まで生きていられたのならそういうこともあるかもしれない。
Quack, quack, quack. The two girls journey to the next oceanic wonderland, mutually taking in the sights. The visitors to these winter waters had begun to leave, satisfied by their tour. The sound of their footsteps heralded their farewell. And now we're into their wayfaring sea voyage. Losing themselves in the maze-like corridors, seemingly endless exhibits, they somehow found themselves on the next floor. Doesn't it seem like they lost all their budget? Like the kissing land seemed like super high budget, and then afterwards didn't seem as impressive compared to kissing land. I think they're saving their next budget for the final fight scene, or probably feel like it. Ako had heard that the aquarium was situated on the top floor and was shocked to find out there was yet another above it. It was like by design that the actual top floor could only be accessed from within the aquarium. Moments of intrigue such as this are what attractions are made for.
アリス？
Turning this way and that, she found Alice had disappeared. Her housemate had just been there, however, and Alco took to looking for her. She soon found her nearby. Her white overcoat shone brightly in front of a dimly lit exhibit. She was staring motionless into the water tank. Alice almost looked to be staring through it, as though distracted by something.
どうしたのアリス？気分でも悪くなった？
She spoke, hoping to snap her out of it. Alice's typically cold aura seemed to have all but left her.
珍しい魚でもいた？それ、余り物を端に追いやりましたって感じの水槽だけど。
Alice gave a non-committal response. Just ahead of her gaze was a single shadow.
わお、マンボウ。
Mambo! Huh? Alice remained motionless, unresponsive to Ako's sarcasm. She stood in silence, watching the poor little fish, drifting listlessly in the tank, but they put the fish that did not fit anywhere else here at the end of the hall. To put it lightly, sunfish were not especially pleasant to look at. When looking at one, it begged the question of what direction evolution wanted to take with it. It looked like it swam under rudder-like fins on its top and bottom, but lacked the grace of other fish. To Ako, its eyes and body, and strange movements made it an awkward creature. But
ねえアリス、あっちの水槽見ない？ジンベエザメの回遊とか見目麗しいわよ。
Alice, unmoved, fixated on the sunfish. It clumsily drifted around its tank, occasionally bumping into the glass as it turned.
青子、この子、泳ぐのが下手だわ。
Alice extended her finger toward the glass, then retracted it, feeling childish.
いっか。愛嬌だけはあるしね、マンボ。
Mambo. It did not seem like Alice was going to budge. Resigning herself, Ako stayed with Alice, while she stared at the cushion-shaped fish.
へえ、マンボウってフグ目だったんだ。何々？マンボウのメスは一度に3億個の卵を海中に放出する
That's a lot.
地上で最も多くの卵を産む脊椎動物である。なるほどね。
なるほど。
他の魚たちにとっちゃ格好の餌になるから多く産むこと、それ自体が生存のための手段になるわけか。
なるほど。Though Ako seemed taken in by the biological details of the fish, Alice could not have cared less. She was lost at the ebb and flow emotion between wonder and woe with every clumsy bump of the fish into the glass. Out of nowhere, she spoke softly. Ouch.
さっきの話だけど。
Don't scratch too hard.
さっきの話って何？
彼について留守を任せるとかそういうの。
It seemed like Alice had returned to her normal self. There was that cold aura. Whether inside the mansion or out, that stubborn chill that pushed people away was back.
私の気が変わったわけじゃないわ。依然として彼のことはわからないもの。わからない人をどうやって信頼すればいいの？
まあね。でもじゃあどうして？
青子のことはわかるわ。あなたはいつも正しい選択をする。だから青子を信じる彼の人間性は信じてもいい。
It was true. She did not know Sojiro, nor had any attention to. But because of her trust in Ako, she could trust in Ako's decision to allow him to stay. It seemed Alice was challenging her own feelings. She said she could not trust someone she did not know. In other words, she wished to trust him. In order to do so, she needed to know more about him.
口にするのはなんだから突っ込まないけどね。それより何？そんなに私のこと信頼してくれてたの？アリス？
アリス？
ええ。好意はともかく、信頼だけはしているわ。だって共犯者でしょ、私たち。
That probably made Aqua happy. Her white coat swayed to and fro. And just like that, the short excursion had come to an end. Straight ahead was the exit back to the real world. A step away from the exhibit was a step toward becoming better roommates.
優しい顔をしているのに、傷だらけね。
That fish reminded her of Sojiro. One last small whisper. I bet that fish reminded her of Sojiro. And with that, she bid farewell to the lonely figure in the tank. I think it's a good stopping point. Alright, that was pretty good. Yeah, the more I read this, the more I feel like Alice. I came in to read Witch on the Holy Night for Akko. I think that's what a lot of Type Moon fans came here for, right? For Akko. I think a lot of people was not expecting Akko to act like prototype Tosaka, right? The honor student with an attitude. But I think a lot of people did not expect Alice, right? And Alice is probably the more interesting character, at least in Witch on the Holy Night. I think she's the most interesting character. I think to me, she's the character for me that's carrying my interest in the story. It shifted from I want to know more about Akko to oh now I want to know more about Alice, because she seems so mysterious. I mean, duh, right? We never knew about Alice existent until you read this novel. But seeing Alice slowly unwrap her feelings, I should say, is a pretty good, interesting development. Akko still seemed the same, right? The cherry, perky, girl that's still deciding, does she want to be a student, live a normal life, or be a witch? Obviously, she's going to make that decision at the end of this novel. But yeah, I really like Nasu, the way he wrote Alice. It's really interesting. I wish he kind of wrote that for Akko in a way, to make her more mysterious like that, but I guess I wouldn't match Akko's personality. Akko is always that upbeat, cheery girl, as we saw in Tsukihime OG, right? She's a really goofy, cheery girl. But anyway, GG's. That's pretty good. That's enough. It's already midnight for me, so excuse me. Alright, GG. We'll play more. I think I want to play less Resident Evil now and just focus more on Witch on the Holy Night, because I can feel it. I mean, I already know. It's like 12 main chapters. So we're almost there at the end. So I'm going to put more time into beating Witch on the Holy Night. Just focus that more. So I guess expect more of that. But, you know, GG's for now.